Welcome, everyone, to a very, very special day. Welcome to a special day. Welcome to a special day. Today is a very special day. My name's Jesse Jarvis.
My name's Taylor Rancourt.
And together we form what you know as the second best sports show ever.
AKA 2BSC.
Wow. Yep, that's what we form.
Mm-hmm.
That's who we are. Okay. Today we're going to talk about the divisional round of the playoffs. Last week was the wild card week. It was a very wild week. Crazy stuff happening.
Yeah.
Especially in the Seahawks game against the Vikings and the Steelers game against the Bengals. A couple of the craziest games you'll ever see, I would say.
Well, at the end of the day, we were 4 for 4 in predictions.
Yes, we were. So listen to what we have to say.
Yep.
Especially if you have money on the game.
All right.
Do you hear me?
I'm looking at you. You know who you are.
You know who you are. Anyway, we'll get started on our Saturday games.
Back to the road to Super Bowl 50.
Back to the road.
Back to the road to Super Bowl 50.
The first game on Saturday is going to be a game at. It's going to start.
It's a game.
It's a game, and it will be started at 1:35 p.m. Pacific time. So 4:35 for the people on the other side.
On the other side of the country.
Yeah. So 1:35 Chiefs against the Patriots at the Patriots at Gillette Stadium.
Yes, and that's the thing. You got the hottest team in football by far right now, which is the Chiefs. Yeah. And you got the playoff gods, if you would, who do not lose in New England already, and you don't want to verse in the playoffs.
Well, they did lose once this year at Gillette Stadium.
Yeah, once.
So they can lose.
They can lose.
So, that being said, is there any things to look out for in this game?
Surprisingly, I feel like just because the wide receivers are a bit sucky this year in New England, if, what's his face?
Edelman?
Yeah, that's one that was hurt, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Regardless, wide receivers that's not named Gronk, who's a tight end, but basically wide receiver, who's not named Gronk or Edelman because he's hurt. They've been garbage this year. Mm-hmm. You know, they're on their third string running back. I feel like this is a big turnover game for the Chiefs if they get lucky. Mm-hmm. So I feel like this could be a 2 or 3 turnover day.
Yeah, the Chiefs have had a very impressive defense for most of the year. Of course, Marcus Peters.
Going ham from
University of Washington. He's had a great year for a rookie. Mm-hmm. For any player, actually. Yeah. But especially for a rookie. And Justin Houston.
Lights out.
Yeah, he's an amazing player. So basically, the Chiefs have a lot of opportunities on defense to do what they have been doing so far this year. The Patriots have been struggling as of late, and
big time.
Yeah, so you never know what could happen in this game. It's and I think it all really depends on if Tom Brady has a classic Tom Brady game or not.
Exactly. And I think it's going to be a defensive-minded game for both teams, just because both teams' defenses at the moment are better than their offenses. Mm-hmm.
And Collins on the Patriots,
beast.
He's got to be a top 3 defender.
Oh, their linebacker core is top 5 in the league.
Anyway, so who do you pick in this game? That's the hard part.
It's hard to pick against the Patriots, but I'm going for the upset. Going for the upset and the Chiefs.
That's funny because I was also going to choose the Chiefs.
Oh wow, interesting.
I don't know. They just
collusion.
They're on a tear, and you know, 11 games in a row, and they won 30-0 against Texans last week. I mean,
J.J. Watt had 2 tackles, by the way.
2
tackles.
The Texans, they're not a great team, but they did make it to the playoffs, and they surprised a couple teams this year. For one, the Bengals. Weren't they the team that ended their undefeated season? Anyway, so the Texans were capable of surprising, and they just shut them out, made it look like the easiest game on the planet. The rest of the games in the playoffs have been a lot more close than that. You could say that. So yeah, we're both going with the Chiefs for the upset.
Surprising.
I don't know. There's just a lot of.
But like you said, if Tom Brady has one of his games,
Yeah.
it's game over.
Yeah.
Lights out.
So, I mean, that'd be the only reason that I would see that the Patriots win. Because
Yep.
they're not going to win without Tom Brady having a good game.
Exactly. Moving on.
5:15 Pacific time. The Saturday Night Football, brought to you by Monday Night Football,
No.
which is brought to you by Thursday Night Football.
Yes.
Will
Which is brought to you by Saturday Night Live.
Got the Green Bay Packers going against the Arizona Cardinals.
This is not going to be the game that happened, 3-4 weeks ago, where
Yeah, it was 3 weeks ago, I believe.
Rodgers got sacked like 8 times.
Yeah.
The Packers against the Redskins showed up.
Yeah.
I mean, it took them 10 minutes, but
Mhm.
they showed up and they looked like the old Packers, and they do that against the Cardinals. It's going to be a great game, and I would have to go with the Packers in this one. It's Aaron Rodgers in the playoffs. Comes out of that.
The Cardinals have 2 key defensive players not playing.
Chris Johnson will not play because he's only eligible to return if they make it to the Super Bowl.
Which
So
I don't foresee happening. But they do have David Johnson, who
it's been doing good.
yeah, but he's a rookie and he's only had one good game.
Yeah.
And the rest were just he was just supplementing the offense with a few good runs here and there.
Yeah.
But the way the Packers played last week, it was against the Redskins, who finished with a 9-7 record, but they were a very hot team at the time, and I think the Packers stepped up with the offensive line and their defense as well.
Yep.
Which was basically their issues in the last half of the season. Because Aaron Rodgers can only do so much if he's not getting protection.
Exactly.
So I think if the Packers play the way they did last week, they will win.
Oh, yep. Like
And
2 scores.
the Cardinals, the only opportunity they have to win, I believe, is
Palmer gets hot.
Yeah, if Palmer gets hot and the defense gets after Aaron Rodgers, gives him a hard time. But I will pick the Packers to win this game
That's why. Weird.
I'm a big Aaron Rodgers fan. I never bet against him. That's basically the reason why I'm choosing him.
Here you
Okay, moving on
Okay.
from Saturday to the next day, which is Sunday.
Sunday
And,
fun day.
Sunday morning football, brought to you by Sunday Night Football, will be played at 10 in the morning. It's an early riser for folks in the West Coast.
Get your Bloody Marys ready.
Yeah, get your Bloody Marys ready. That's right, your Baileys and Kahlua and the coffee, because it's gonna be an early one. Set your alarms, right?
Yeah.
Or else you might not wake up, especially if you had a long night the night before on a Saturday.
I hear ya.
Yeah, especially if you're up watching Saturday Night Live, because that doesn't start till 11:35.
Get it?
So Pacific, yes. So
Also East Coast.
also East Coast. That being said, 10 a.m. Pacific time. You got the Seattle Seahawks. Wow.
I thought you were going to make a noise.
I didn't know no. Going against the 15-1 Carolina Panthers. Being from the Seattle area, we know more about the Seattle Seahawks than people from other areas, I would say. So we have a lot more to say about the Seahawks, and I think we have a lot more faith in the Seahawks,
Big time.
because we know how they can be, because we watch them every day, and blah blah blah. Do you have anything that concerns you about the Seahawks?
The only thing that concerns me this week is our running game. No, nothing about Carolina concerns me. It's the fact that we have Christian Michael at the helm.
Is Marshawn Lynch ruled out?
He's not ruled out, but I mean, I highly doubt it
You
personally.
can't count on Marshawn Lynch playing this week.
Exactly.
Which I see as quite a bit of a problem against the Carolina Panthers. a guy like Marshawn Lynch would be perfect for a game like this.
Yep.
Because I see it being a low-scoring game, and you gotta pound it.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta pound those Panthers.
Yeah, you gotta pound them. Get them on the ground, just pound them.
And a stronger running attack only helps the offense. I mean the passing game as well.
Yeah.
Obviously, we had no opportunity to see anything to talk about from the game against the Vikings. Like we can't use that game as a
No, not at all. Not an example.
like a talking point for anything because it was the most insane game ever, playing under 0 degrees.
Okay.
So we can't really take anything away from that. The only thing I do take away. The team never stopped trying.
Yeah.
I mean, never stopped playing. The Seahawks being down 9-0, not being able to do anything on offense till they finally
defense
scored.
doing what defense does. Step up.
That is I officially cannot say that I think the Seahawks will lose by any means, just based on the fact that our defense is amazing, and we usually have the Panthers number.
Yeah.
Set aside the game.
Besides the last game, I think we won 4 in a row.
4 or 5 in a row,
like
yeah.
3 years or something like that.
And it's always been a very close game and a very
entertaining game. Dude.
Entertaining.
It's just they've always been one of the hardest and most satisfying games of the year to watch.
It's usually a 2-score game
Yeah.
for each team or less. This year was a little different. It was like 28-23 or something like that. But I do think this will probably be a low-scoring game.
Yep. As do I. That's just playoff football. It really is.
Yeah, and you got two amazing
two good
defenses
teams,
going against each other. I don't think
everything slows down.
Yeah, Jonathan Stewart might play, but I don't think that's going to be like something that will push Carolina towards a victory against the Seahawks because our run defense is very stout, as you saw against the Vikings.
AP twice
this year. I think he has 60 yards combined
something
in
like
the
that.
2 games this year.
On like 40 carries.
Yeah. So, not worried about Jonathan Stewart. Cam Newton, obviously, he's capable of turning any team up.
Yeah.
Depending on the way he's playing that game, I guess.
And it comes down to their option play, too. That's their biggest and best play, just like us. It's that option play.
Mm-hmm.
Especially with Cam Newton when you're in the red zone. When you're in the red zone with Cam Newton, you run an option play, it's scary. It really is.
Also, go ahead.
They're probably going to score.
Yeah.
That's it.
When you're playing against a team like the Panthers, you have to have a QB spy for Cam Newton, and a lot of teams a lot of teams did that last year for Russell Wilson, not so much this year. But who do you think would be a good QB spy coming up?
Normally, I would say we would do Wagner, but I feel like they're going to do Wright this game, and maybe have Wagner cover Olsen.
Yeah, I mean, Wagner is he's quicker than KJ Wright, so I would say that'd be a better cover for Greg Olsen, like you said.
Exactly.
And KJ Wright had a very good year, and I trust him he's very intelligent. He knows what he's doing. He knows how to play football the right way. So I agree with you. That'd be a great decision as QB spy. But we also we're not Pete Carroll, so we'll just have to wait and find out. But expect a QB spy.
Yep, big time.
Big time. We're both going with the Seahawks.
Seahawks.
We
Can't
picked
go
the
against them.
3 road teams so far. Just saying. It's kind of
Again, that would never happen because that was the first time last week that 4 road teams.
So going into the championship game, there would be pending this next game, we would have chosen 7 road teams out of 8 possible. Wow. But there's a lot of good teams. I saw something that's saying that this is the best. I mean, that was the best wild card teams of all time. With the Steelers, Seahawks, and Packers, and then the 11-5 Chiefs on a 10-game winning streak going to the playoffs. Like, you don't usually see wild card teams like that they all won. So, that being said, I think we're done with the Seahawks and Panthers game.
Yes, sir.
Next game, you got 1:40 start time, Pacific time. You have the Pittsburgh Steelers against the Broncos.
What does this come down to? Oh! What does this come down to for you?
Health is the number one thing, mainly for the Steelers. Yeah, three. I would say three of their four best players, if not their three best players available, are questionable.
Yep.
That being Roethlisberger, Antonio Brown, and D'Angelo Williams. So I mean, even if they all do play, it's not like they're going to be 100% healthy.
Yeah, not even close. Exactly.
And you got a Broncos team that has Peyton Manning back. I don't know if that's necessarily going to be a spark or not, because they were kind of riding the Brock Osweiler train, just because it was something new and exciting. They were playing pretty
Sound like an angry ex-boyfriend. Get it? I'm just writing them because it's new and exciting.
Yeah, that's wow. Side chicks.
Side chicks.
I
got to do it.
Steelers. Yeah, but to be honest,
you were gonna sound like you were doing the accent. To be honest with you, Diane. But to be honest,
I have to admit something. Before the playoffs started, and before even the Steelers got into the playoffs, a couple people asked me who I thought would be in the Super Bowl, and I said the Seahawks and the Steelers. So I can't go against that, because that was my prediction before the playoffs started. So I have to choose the Steelers regardless to win this game. But if they are healthy, I think they can do it. But if they're not, it's gonna be a tough thing.
And that's why I think Landry Jones. I watched him in preseason. He looked pretty good, and I thought, oh, he'd be a good guy to back up Ben and take over the helm. But every game he's come in now, he's been garbage. Just throwing picks left and right. So if he plays at all in this game, it's going to be the Broncos. Injured Big Ben, I mean, if he's injured, you're going to get dink and dunks and maybe use what's the running back's name? Toussaint or...
Yeah, Toussaint.
Yeah, Toussaint. Or
it reminds me of croissant.
Yes, but with a T instead of a C.
It makes me hungry, kind of.
Yeah. Peanuts.
Warm, buttery croissant.
I've never had a croissant, so not joking. I've never had one. Corey's supposed to make me one, apparently. Anyways.
America. Give this man a croissant. Post it in the comments. Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah. But, a lot of dink and dunks, especially if Brown's out. Maybe Wheaton steps up, but again, we don't know the strength of Roethlisberger's arm. I mean, he has what?
He
has like a sprained AC joint, I think it was, and then a torn ligament is what he said himself. So that's just scary. So there's not going to be deep passes.
But he is Big Ben.
Exactly. I love him for the fact he plays through anything.
Yeah, he's literally known for playing in games that are coming up and playing in the game like he did in the fourth quarter, or the end of the fourth quarter last game. He didn't do much, but he
did what was needed to win.
He did what was needed to win, and that's all that was asked for him. He literally, with all those injuries, he did what Landry Jones could not in his two drives. Landry Jones didn't do anything.
Nothing.
And I don't know. Big Ben he's a machine. So.
Yeah, and that's why for me, I'm rooting for the Steelers because Big Ben. I just don't think that they can pull it out. I think the Broncos are going to do it.
Yeah,
they're just healthy overall.
Yeah, they're definitely a lot more healthy than the Steelers, but also like the Patriots, they have not been playing that great in the last half of the season.
No team in the AFC has,
actually,
besides the Chiefs. No team in the AFC has looked any good the last 4 or 5 weeks.
Right. So you never know. This is going to be a good. It is going to be a good game.
I love every one of these matchups.
Yeah.
Every one of these matchups
are great
games. Like in the regular season, if these are all happen on the same day, you want to know which one to put on Monday Night Football or Sunday Night Football. Like they're just all like the best games you could ask for. Actually, they really are.
It's going to be an exciting weekend for football. I'm happy for everyone that gets to watch these games. Yeah. I think that that sums it up for this weekend in our predictions. I picked 4 away teams, and you picked 3.
Correct.
It's pretty crazy to think about that. But I don't know. I just have feelings. I have feelings for these guys.
Yeah, he does. Sure got them.
I would love to
feels.
be these teams' side chick.
Feelings.
No,
No work.
Too messy. All right. Anywhoozin, we're done for tonight and this week. Hopefully we're right because we were last week.
I mean, at least one of us is going to be wrong because we were the same teams on
we
three
can't
of them.
both be right. That's for sure.
Yeah.
So that's good. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed our predictions and maybe you think something was insightful. That'd be cool. That's what we're here for. Just make sure to tune in next week for our next show.
The conference championship games.
We only have a couple more times that we'll be doing football this year, and then we're going to move on to basically a completely different format for our show.
You're going to be seeing us in Portland for the vlog.
See us in Portland
Seeing Kobe.
next weekend.
Yep.
Yeah,
It's
that's
crazy.
it's gonna be our first vlog for TBSSC. Yeah, we're gonna see Kobe, so that's gonna be an exciting thing. I guess we'll have to do 2 shows that week.
2 shows.
1 show and then a vlog. Cool.
Yep.
Exciting. But yeah, thank you for stopping by. Make sure to post any comments below, and talk to us on Twitter. Like our show. Like our tweets, we're tweeting. we be tweeting.
Yeah.
So just
like, subscribe, comment below. Let us know what to improve on, what we suck at, everything. Huh?
Constructive criticism is accepted.
Yep.
All right. Thanks, guys. See you next week.
Buenas noches.
TBSC.